Okay, so this is gonna be a video tutorial on how to get VPC Link Tool. By that I mean VIRPIL Link Tool to work with Elite Dangerous. As far as what it does, the software basically communicates with the game. The game will, if you do a function in game, your joystick, throttle, or control panel LEDs will respond to what's going on in the game. So first, to get started, we need to minimize Elite Dangerous, just so that you can see what's going on between the game and the software. So we'll go to Options, Graphics, Display, switch to Windowed, or if you're in full screen, just switch to Windowed. Let's pick a lower resolution, 1920 by 1080, and then we'll click on Apply. Okay, yep, this is good enough to work with. Okay, now we're going to need to download the VPC Link Tool. If you're at this point, hopefully you already have done VPC configuration, which is basically setting up your throttle as far as the access and the buttons. You'll already have taken care of that. So yeah, let's download the file. Okay, so we're gonna be searching for VPC Link Tool. Okay, the fastest way I found as far as like where to download the software is through this link here. And then click on this. Alright, now we want to look for the zip file to download. You're gonna have to scroll down a little bit. Let me actually move the window a little bit to the side. There we go. Okay, here we go. Yep, so here's where the VPC Link Tool setup zip file is. I also recommend downloading the README just in case you forget anything I'm kind of discussing here. It was very helpful in setting up Elite. So we're going to click here, but I'll kind of do it in the video anyway. Alright, it's downloading. Okay, so that's done. We can close this. These screenshots here were just stuff to help me set it up the first time. Okay, so we're gonna go to Downloads, VPC Link Tool. We're gonna extract that file. Extract. Go over here. Double click. Just in case you can't see that it's an administrative access to the software, I'm gonna hit yes. Okay. Next. Yeah, next. Yeah, it's gonna want to do an update. That's fine. You want to have the latest version. Going back to as far as the VPC, yes, we're gonna click on administrative access. Going back to VPC configuration tool, make sure you have your joysticks update to the latest firmware. Just as a heads up, because if there's a firmware, there's a chance that it might break the LED link tool. So let's click OK, next, next, install, finish. Okay, so we can close this. All right, now first thing we're gonna need to do is we're going to let me do this real quick. First thing we're gonna need to do is we're gonna have to set up the USB devices. In this, well, as far as on my end, I have left joystick, the right joystick, and a throttle. So we're gonna come here to the menu. We're gonna click on Device Profile Generator. We're gonna click on Master. We're gonna select, I'm only gonna do the throttle just because I wanna make the video short. This is actually my second attempt. Okay. So for the mode, if your joystick or throttle or control panel, VIRPIL control panel, is set up where one is connected to the other and then that device is connected to the computer via USB, you might want to pick this one here, out slave, and then the slave you will pick the other device, which will show up here on the right side. On my end, everything is connected via USB, so we'll just pick this. Then we'll come here to command. Since the throttle has a couple of panel buttons on it, we'll have to pick this one, 102, panels and throttle. If you just have the joystick grip, you'll pick that one, or if you have the new Alpha Prime, you'll pick that one. Okay, now we'll pick a select a picture. Okay, so we want the throttle open. Now this is very helpful because it lets you know how many LEDs the USB device has. In my case, it's 6 LEDs on the throttle. So we're gonna come here to LED counts. All right, 6. Once that's done, we have everything ready. If you're already finished up, well, if you haven't done so, set up your slave device if you have one connected. Once that's done, we'll click Generate Profile. Yep, profile successfully created. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna set up. Wait, some devices were. Oh yeah, restart link tool. That's fine. Sorry, I have a creaky mouse, so you might hear some background noise. All right, so move this over here so I can see. All right, now we're gonna set up where the game will get the information from Elite Dangerous as far as what to tell the USB device what to do as far as the LEDs. So we'll come here to the menu. We're going to go to options. Now for different games, it'll be different setup options. But for Elite Dangerous, we're going to option. We'll uncheck this one. This is in case you're having issues. As far as like advanced users, you might be able to get more information by having the debug mode on. I'm gonna turn that off. I might have to restart for that, but that's fine. Now we're gonna come here for Elite Dangerous options. We're gonna click on find, and where you want to locate this is your local disk. You're gonna come here to users, your username, save games, Frontier Development, Elite Dangerous, and the file we want to look for is status.json. Right here, click open. All right, now that's selected. We're good to go. I'm gonna close this. Okay, so now we're gonna as far as like what game it'll auto load, we're gonna make sure we select Elite Dangerous here, and we're gonna click auto load. Okay, now once you do that, I recommend kind of restarting the software again. So we're gonna close VPC Link Tool. Yeah, so now it's ready as far as what game it'll automatically launch with. Okay, now we're going to create a profile, and the reason why we're going to create the profile is because before when I tried this, it messed up the as far as like the LED commands. So we'll just start off with a profile and then we'll save as we go along. So we're going to click Save Profile. You have to make one, so we'll call this Elite Dangerous Test. Save. Profile saved. Okay, now we can kind of get started as far as running the software so it can get the information from Elite Dangerous. And over here on the bottom, this represents the LEDs on my VIRPIL device. Right now they are all turned off just like on here. Although you can't see it, that's what actually is going on as far as the USB device. So we're gonna click on start. You might have to double click on this to get the commands to show up from the game. Yep, so here they are. This is everything that's going on in the game. As far as like most of the ship functions, that's what's going on here. We'll get to that in a bit. So first thing we're gonna do is we're going to create, well, we're gonna stop, because what I want to do is I want to create some rules and then we'll turn it back on so that it actually starts getting the information from the game. Okay, so we're gonna start over here, add rule. We're gonna double click on this. For the rule type, it's already enabled. If it's not, make sure you check that. For the rule type, we want argument for Elite Dangerous. You can also set up keyboard, access, and button. Okay, so for the device, we're gonna pick our throttle. For the LED mode, we'll just do my favorite, which is analysis and combat mode. It's where the LEDs change color based on whether you're in analysis mode or you're in combat mode. So we'll pick steady. If you want flashing, that's good for if you have basically like you're overheating or you're charging your FSD. Flashing will be very helpful in that instance. So we'll pick steady. LED numbers, we'll pick 1. And I'm only going to do 1 to save up on time here. Okay, so for the color, the default analysis color is blue. I'll pick a kind of light blue to make it more obvious. Okay, now for the common, we can put analysis mode. Just to let us know what it will do as far as the command. Okay, now we want to come here for game argument conditions. You're going to click on add condition. And we want to pick analysis mode from the argument section. So, should be somewhere in here. Yep, here it is. HUD analysis mode. So we're going to copy this argument. We're going to paste it over here. And for the value, right now it says 0. So it would mean that it's not in analysis mode. Although that's not what's going on in the game right now. So we'll make it 1. Because if it's on 1, that means you're in analysis mode. If it's on 0, that means you're in combat mode. Alright, so double check everything real quick. Yep. Okay, we're going to click on save. Now, so that LED will change to blue if we were in analysis mode in the game. Now we'll make another rule where it'll switch from analysis mode to combat mode. So we're going to click on add rule. We're going to come over here, double click on it. And we're going to change this to custom, 100% red, 60% green. That'll give us orange, which is the default color option for combat. Then we're going to come here to add condition. HUD analysis mode, we're going to copy. I'm going to paste. And we'll make this 0 since if it's 1, it's on analysis mode. If it's 0, it's on combat mode. So this will be 0. And then we'll click on save. Alright. Okay, now we can start the software. And pay attention to this over here, these boxes. They should change color as soon as we start the game. So start. Now let's switch over to the Elite window. Continue. We'll go into solo play. Okay, so in the game right now, we're in combat mode. And as you can see here on the VPC Link Tool, the LED is orange because we're in combat mode. That's actually what's going on right now. My LED is orange on the throttle. Now, watch what happens when we switch over to analysis mode. Since we're in combat, now we're switching to analysis. So we're back in the game window, and I'm going to switch to analysis mode. Now, you see over here, the light changed to blue. Yes, so this is a tutorial. You can add more arguments, more devices as far as setting this up. Also, if you have a lot of LEDs, such as the VIRPIL control panel, or even the throttle, since it had 6 LEDs, you can come here and click copy, and it'll generate a same command again. Then you can come and change those. So like if you have a lot of them on the device, you can just click copy and it'll go through all of them quickly. Then you can just edit those and change the LED number. All right, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and all that jazz. Catch you later. So this is what it will kind of look like once you have everything set up. Again, I'm gonna go into the game. Well, I'm gonna start it. That way it starts taking the commands from the game. Okay, so right now in game, we're in combat, so it's reflecting over here as far as all 6 buttons. So now I'm gonna switch over to analysis mode, and all the those LEDs on the bottom, they'll change to blue. Yep, there you go. Back to combat. All right.